Hello and welcome to Dateline Lagos on Channels Television. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Coming up on the program, Governor Sanwo-Olu presents 2023 proposed budget, Governor Sanwo-Olu commissions 62 fire equipment, and state government hands over 3 new fire stations. The Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has reiterated his call for a special status for Lagos, describing the state as a national asset. Governor Sanwo-Olu made the comment while presenting the 2023 budget proposal of 1.692 trillion naira to the Lagos State House of Assembly. He said the 2023 budget will focus on ongoing projects in the state, particularly in the area of health, education, security, and indeed road infrastructure. Take a look.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu makes his way into the Lagos State House of Assembly to present the proposed budget for the year 2023 to the lawmakers. It's an opportunity for the governor to explain how the 2022 budget was spent before presenting the 2023 appropriation bill.
In education, since 2019, we have successfully executed 1,149 unique projects in our schools. This includes the construction and handing over of 1,047 new classrooms. We've rehabilitated extensively 197 schools. We've constructed 8 brand new hostel accommodation in some of our model schools. We've handed close to 2,000 bed spaces in these schools. We've constructed and handed over 8 tower security buildings. We've rehabilitated about 298 public secondary schools. We have also introduced what we call the first and the last mile transport system. We've added over 500 new last mile buses into the fleet. Within the last 3 years, we've added high capacity, about 1,200 high capacity buses into our fleet in Lagos State. And these fleets are moving over 4 million people on the ridership on a daily basis. These buses have been introduced in different parts to ease the ban on Okada that we have in other parts of the city. Mr. Speaker, in water transportation, today we're building terminals in 16 locations. 7 of them are already completed and will be handed over, and the remaining 8 will be completed before the end of our administration. We have also awarded, which is ongoing, the Lekki Regional Road, which is from Freedom Road to the outpost at VGC. We are also on track to ensure that the plan around the 4th mainland bridge, we sign the documents before the end of this year, once we have from our consultants and our investors the completion of the due diligence that we are doing currently. To optimize transport infrastructure, we have completed a total of 361 sectional road rehabilitation. We've handed over 240 new palliatives, and our Lagos State Public Works have done over 650 inner roads all around the city. We are completely rebuilding the Lekki-Ekpe Expressway with a re-enhanced and reinforced concrete from the first phase from the Eleko Junction to the Ekpe Junction, which is an 18.7 kilometer, 6-lane rigid pavement road. The phase 2 of this road, which will start from the Eleko Junction also to Abraham Adesoya, has since been awarded and construction is underway. Mr. Speaker, members of this House, it gives me great joy and delight to announce to you that we are on the grips of successfully birthing a fully functional light rail system within the Lagos metropolis. This is the first project of this kind funded by any subnational anywhere in the world. The blue line and the red line are scheduled to commence operations within the first quarter of 2023.
After reading out what has been achieved under his administration, he goes ahead to present a budget estimate for the year 2023.
With a total budget size of 1,692,670,753,894. The 2022 budget has been implemented under a very tight and challenging economic scenario. We, however, will continue to do all we can to stabilize and to further grow our economy. As our antecedents have shown, we have been able to maintain a steady pace of economic growth and development, despite the headwinds that COVID-19 presented, despite all of the global disruption to supply chains, despite the wars in Russia and Ukraine, and despite the staggering inflation and the inconsistent foreign currency regime that we see in our country and in the global world. Despite all of these challenges, we will continue to intensify our efforts in building a resilient economy, and it is gratifying to note that Lagos State does not lack the courage, we do not lack the character, we do not lack the conviction, neither do we lack the creativity needed to sustain our position as the economic powerhouse of our country. We will keep challenging ourselves to innovate, to think out of the box, to grow, and to keep the rising of Lagos up bigger than what we have met. The road may be rough, but we'll keep moving. We believe it's Ajumose Gogowani. In direct response to some of the aftershocks of the global challenges, the state has reinforced its commitment to prudent management of the resources by proposing a bill for the Lagos State Wealth Fund. This fund will include a stabilization fund which will support our ability to absorb future and sustained shock. It will provide an infrastructure fund as well as a technology and innovation fund that will support our quest and our vision to lead Africa to a leveraged, innovative position and leapfrog our citizens and our people into the future. In keeping with our unique history, legacy, and demography, Lagos continues to experience increased pressure on social services due to unhindered migration from other parts of the country. It is for this reason that I've always sought and still continue to reiterate the need for Lagos to be accorded a special status as a national asset. Lagos is too big for this country to allow it to fail. Lagos is too strategic for us not to see that the whole sum of Lagos is the whole sum of this country.
Tagged Budget of Continuity, the total proposed budget size stands at 1.692 trillion naira, with a total revenue of 1.342 trillion naira and deficit financing of 350 billion naira. Some of the other components of the budget include capital expenditure at 932.7 billion naira, that's about 55%, recurrent expenditure at 759.9 billion naira, recurrent debt service at 109 billion naira. The Speaker of the State House of Assembly assures of prompt consideration of the proposed budget.
We have come together again to fulfill the requirements stipulated in Section 1211 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, which intendment is to deepen democracy, strengthen democratic institutions, and create a society that is not only habitable, but which provides a pride of place for its residents. Dear Lagosians, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, our governor, has given us details of how the government of Lagos intends to utilize the state's wealth to further boost development of the state. It is noteworthy that the year 2023 budget of continuity, with a size of 1,692 billion, 671 million plus, is the last to be presented by this administration as we move towards electioneering and the ushering into existence of a new dispensation next year by special grace of God. There is, therefore, no doubt that in the remaining months leading to the end of this administration, so much more needs to be done, so much is still needed from us as the good people of Lagos yearn for more dividends of democracy, especially at this critical time. While it is the constitutional responsibility of this House to do the needful by meticulously working on the budget as presented by Mr. Governor. I want to assure Lagosians that members of this honorable House will give a thought to the challenges so far highlighted, as well as other considerations in the process of shaping the proposal to meet the aspiration of the people.
According to the Lagos State Government, the 2023 budget will be mostly about the people, with emphasis on modern infrastructure that will meet the needs of a 21st century city like Lagos.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has empowered the State Fire and Rescue Service by commissioning 62 new firefighting vehicles to help improve rescue time during emergencies. The event was held at the Lagos House, Alausa in Ikeja.
Lagos House, Alausa, Ikeja is the venue for the commissioning for 62 new firefighting equipment and passing out parade of 435 senior and junior fire officers newly recruited into the State Fire and Rescue Service. It all started with a march past by rescue officers who will be supporting the state emergency response team to help reduce fire disasters in Lagos State. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, dressed in firefighter's ceremonial outfit, inspects the parade guard. Taking the initiative to acquire more fire equipment to tackle fire incidents is applauded by the federal and state government.
Emergency management in a mega city like Lagos requires a deliberate effort by a focus on an unassuming leader. This, the government of Lagos State, under the leadership of Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, has demonstrated since inception of office. Today's commissioning of fire trucks, rapid intervention vehicles, and passing out of squad 22 firefighters of Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service further attests to the government's resolve to tackle emergency headlong.
As we all know, the service's onerous responsibilities of fighting fire outbreaks, carrying out rescue operations, among others, cannot be carried out with obsolete equipment and inadequate or unmotivated fire personnel. Such activities depend heavily on the availability of equipment that would aid the personnel in putting out the fire on time. This was why the Sanwo-Olu administration kicked off a comprehensive review of the operations and challenges of the department in the year 2021. Today, as we can see, the administration's vision to build a strong, viral, and well-equipped fire service that is capable of discharging its functions has become a reality.
Private partners who have supported the Lagos State government in reducing fire menace gives an assurance on the modern equipment and its capacity.
Our vehicles provide long-term solutions for the environment, transportation, security, and defense sectors, with these firefighting and rescue vehicles representing just one item of our product list. Our vehicles you see here today are masterpieces of world-class research and development, design, engineering, and craftsmanship. They have been customized exclusively for the Lagos State government. In other words, there is nothing like this anywhere on the continent of Africa.
The Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Mudashiru Obasa, commends Governor Sanwo-Olu for making safety of lives and property a priority.
As we all know, fire incident is an unexpected incident, a domestic accident which effect is very disastrous. Most times it claims lives and destroys properties. Having someone who has foresight, who is proactive and very dedicated to the service of people in a given state shows that we have competent governor. We have a governor who is ready to provide and serve the people of Lagos State. Mr. Governor, we say thank you for your dedication and commitment.
Governor Sanwo-Olu says the fire apparatus will help achieve timely response to emergencies, and he also urged Lagosians not to destroy public assets.
Through the acquisition of these specialized fit-for-purpose vehicles designed and manufactured to function optimally in our terrain, our administration is providing one additional fire tanker each in each of our fire stations. We'll also be having one new firefighting trucks each in each of our stations, one area ladder in each of our 3 senatorial districts, one utility vehicle each in each fire station, and one rapid intervention vehicle in each of the Bile division of the state. You can see that indeed your response time, your activation time has been reduced to minimum, and we don't expect anything short of a first-class service from men of the Lagos State Fire and Response Agency. And so with this new firefighting equipment and the newly recruited trained officers, the capacity of the Lagos Fire Service and Rescue, the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service to respond effectively and efficiently to emergencies has been greatly enhanced. I have no doubt in my mind that this huge investment we have made in acquiring both human and material resources will go a long way at improving your level of dedication and commitment and ensuring that the citizens can feel the whole essence of emergency response attainment that we promised them. I would like to implore all Lagosians to fully take ownership of this equipment, treat and protect them the same way as our most cherished personal possession. We must not allow hoodlums or disgruntled elements among us to vandalize any of these equipment or subject our firemen to a psychological or a physical trauma in the course of executing their legitimate duties. As you can see, Lagos is field built, so they might not come as fast as you want them to come. For whatever reason, please, let us show a lot of restraint. Let us guide ourselves responsibly, and let us know that when they finally show up, it's because they have that calling to ensure that they come there, they do the best at rescuing life and property. To the glory of God and to the feet of mankind, all Christians, we hereby unveil and hand over the entire truck equipment to the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Agency. Thank you very much.
The fire apparatuses will be assigned to different fire service stations across the state to address emergency issues as soon as possible.
Still on emergency rescue service. This time, the Lagos State government has expanded its emergency response services with the inauguration of 3 newly built fire stations in the state. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu commissioned the new fire station in Ebute-Lefun and 2 other fire stations built in Oniru and Ajegunle. He says the projects were initiated to enhance the response time to disasters associated with fire and to bolster the capability of the state emergency management system.
A fire station has been built in the Ebute-Elefon area of Lagos to curtail fire incidents as soon as possible. Firefighter officials, community leaders and other stakeholders are all gathered to witness the commissioning of the fire station. The Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, makes his way to the venue and is well received by the people. The state government is repositioning the rescue service by empowering respective stations and strengthening emergency responders for the benefit of Lagosians.
As one of the agencies under the supervision of the Ministry of Special Duties and Intergovernmental Relations, the operations of the then Lagos State Fire Service came under a comprehensive review in year 2020. Following a study to assess the performance of the department and how it can be empowered to perform its responsibilities better. This was predicated on the desire of Governor Sanwo-Olu's administration to enhance emergency response and management in order to minimize losses of lives and property. That same study led to the implementation of reforms which has yielded great dividends, among which is the construction of 6 fire new stations, out of which 3 are being commissioned today.
The newly constructed fire stations, which are area of coverage in Lagos Island and Enron, is expected to serve estimated over 20,000 population. The area, which is the former Federal Capital Territory, the commercial nerve center of the nation, and known for its bustling that houses majority of the high-rise building. Permit me to tell you that the fire equipment that we operate here are hydraulic ladder, fire truck, water tanker, rapid intervention vehicle, utility vehicle, glories of appliance, and rescue tools. I want to assure you that our men, the firemen, are ready to take over duty immediately after the commission here. We are no longer coming from the far away to come and fight fire in Lagos Island.
Governor Sanwo-Olu commends the fire service team for holding the fort in cases of emergencies and also challenges them to scale up their response time.
We're convinced that the construction of these new fire stations will allow us a quicker response time in the event of emergencies, and we can cover the nooks and crannies of the state quicker, faster, and be ready in the event of any eventuality. With these new facilities, firemen will get to their theater of operations at record time and be able to rescue men and property. Moreover, the earlier any fire is attacked, the lesser, I'm told, the damage will be to human and to material and properties. This is why these new constructed stations will lead to a considerable reduction in losses of man or equipment or property. And we believe it will begin to show that our readiness, our seriousness at building a resilient city, at building a mega city that can compete with other bigger cities of its life in the whole world. A city that is worth living, a city that is fit for purpose, a city that is resilient, a city that is responsive, a city that indeed is alive to the needs and aspirations of its citizens.
Commissioning of fire and rescue service.
The governor virtually commissioned Oniru, Ajeromi Felodun Fire Station, and also hands over Ebute-Elefon Fire Station to the people.
Where we are at the Ebute-Elefon Fire Station.
Then he proceeds to the Fire and Rescue Service headquarters, Alausa Ikeja, which is also getting a facelift. Lagos now has 21 fire stations across the state that will ensure safety and well-being of residents and properties.
The Ministry of Special Duties, the Lagos State Fire Service, the Office of LASEMA, and all other stakeholders. And LASEMA have responded jointly, to the call of our citizens, and I'm happy that we're doing this for our people. We need no gainsaying, knowing fully well what the effects of a fire incident or inability to respond to emergency, especially fire emergency, what it could mean to a big city of our size. If indeed we want to be a 21st century economy, if indeed we want to compete with global cities in the world of our size, if indeed we want to be the first among equals, we want to be seen to be the biggest subnational in the continent, indeed, we cannot be good in one and not be good on the other one. And that's why we'll realize and we'll appreciate that part of the indices that determine livability standards, quality of life, and total responsiveness of a city are first responders and ability to respond to shock, ability to respond to emergency, ability to respond to disasters when it does happen. And I'm happy that your government in Lagos State have lived up to those billings. We have raised the bar, and we have shown that with all of the millions and billions of naira and dollars that are coming into our economy, that indeed we can put forward a response team that will leave the real billing of what a mega city should be like.
The newly upgraded fire department headquarters in Alausa has 60 offices with an expanded appliance bay that will strengthen the administrative capacity of the agency.
This is where we call it a day on this week's edition of the program Dateline Lagos. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm Ayo Tunde Balogun. Until we come your way again next time, please stay safe and bye for now.